Hey everybody, Soul Chaplain V, back for a final look at step number 8. We made a list of all the persons we've harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Well, of course, we've put people on our list that are family members and maybe closer relatives, that we're spending more time with. But there's other social responsibilities that we've had that we haven't maybe taken good care of. Sometimes we have the ability to cheat people, or we have the ability to steal things, or, we have the ability to, maybe talk about people behind their back or complain. You know, is God on our list? When we're not cooperating with God, we can't harm God, but we certainly can harm our relationship with God. And I think we notice that when we realize that we're not at peace. And see, that's the Lord says, I give you peace. The Lord wants to give us peace. All we have to do is reflect on the fact that, we've screwed up. We've done some things that were selfish, and just admit that we've done it and move on. We can either feel guilty or be guilty. And so when we're willing to make amends, and we put these things down on the paper, that does a lot towards clarifying our thinking and really brings us more of a peaceful look at life rather than all this conflict that we have to deal with. So, in the next step, of course, we deal with making direct amends, but at least we're willing to put people on our list. How about society itself? Sometimes we have an opportunity to cheat on our income tax or not pay the things that we should, or, if we're in a grocery store and we decide we want to steal something, well, how about your employer? Oh my God, what an opportunity for us, when we're employed and nobody's looking, and we can take things that don't belong to us because, well, nobody's looking. So all these things that are unresolved issues in our brain can really cause us a lot of stress and frustration and anxiety. So the healing process of this whole step is just wonderful. And of course, the next step is when we actually make the amends. But right now, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to get the people on the list and how we have harmed that, and take ownership of what we do, and how powerless we really are to handle it by ourselves, and our need for God's grace. Well, God bless you, everybody. Thank you for watching. This is the end of step number 8. So we'll be back with step number 9, where we make direct amends. So, Soul Chaplain V signing off. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day.